Welcome back to the Rev It Up podcast. This is Kane Holland. In this episode of Rev It Up, we'll talk about the Cresco Speedway Fair Races results, along with the Fayette County results, Mississippi Thunder results, Chateau results, and much more. Also, Lucas Oil was in action, and World of Outlaws, and maybe even some Summer Nationals. Let's get into Rev It Up now. If you haven't done it already, Rev It Up would like you to subscribe to the Rev It Up YouTube channel and like the video so you don't miss an episode, and head over to Facebook and follow Rev It Up Podcast on Facebook. Cresco Speedway would like to thank each and every person that came out to the fair races to make the event a success. As far as the racers go, we just have to thank every racer that came in through the gate, no matter if it was your first time there or if you come through the gate every time. So whether you're a fan in the stands or a racer in the pits or a crew member, thank you for attending the Cresco Speedway for the fair races, and we look to see you in the future. The next race at Cresco will be Sunday, September 6th on Labor Day weekend. That is all at the fastest track in Northeast Iowa. See you at the races. Are you looking for speed on the track? Well, I have a solution for you, and that solution is Ragex. Get a hold of Harley Dice or Jake Tim today. They make B mods and A mods, and the best thing about Ragex is they don't just give you your car and send you off. They give you technical support with everything you need, and they're racers too. They'll help you throughout the season. So find your speed with Ragex chassis. You can find them at Ragex on Facebook. World of Outlaw late models were in Ogilvie on Monday. That was a great race there between Bobby Pierce and multiple guys throwing their hat in the ring trying to beat him, but Bobby Pierce just too dominant, picking up the win at Ogilvie. Bobby Pierce winning, Nick Hoffman on Mooresville, North Carolina coming in second. Following him is Ryan Gustin, Tyler Erb fourth, Trey Mills up 6 spots to get fifth. Dennis Erb Jr. will finish sixth, Dustin Sorensen up 14 spots to get seventh. Dallin Murdy up 9 to get eighth. Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York will finish ninth, and Tristan Chamberlain will out of Richmond, Indiana up 13 spots to get 10th, and Tyler Bruning out of Decorah, Iowa up 9 spots to finish 11th. Summer National results from Benton County. Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer Sr. parks in victory lane. Following him is Tanner English out of Benton, Kentucky coming in second. Jason Fager out of Bloomington, Illinois coming in third. Tyler Millwood from Kingston, Georgia fourth. Clay Stuckey from Shreveport, Louisiana fifth. Luke Moyer from Zeeland, Michigan, 6th. Brody Smith from Dade City, Florida, 7th. Chevy Boyer from New Haven, Missouri will finish 8th. And Matt Cooper from McKenzie, Tennessee will finish 9th. And Karen Marlar up 8 spots to finish 10th to round out the top 10. Wednesday night, the first night of the mighty Howard County Fair races. Picking up the win out of Caledonia, Minnesota was Alex Kelsch. Coming in second was Skylar Hovey from Fayette, Iowa. Coming in third was Ryan Halverson from Decorah, Iowa. Coming in fourth was Troy Hale from Grand Meadow, Minnesota. Coming in fifth was Robert Michaels from Decorah, Iowa. Coming in sixth was Ty Masru from Waukon, Iowa. Coming in seventh was Braden Schaffenbiel from New Hampton. And rounding out the field was Dawson Keebler from Decorah, Iowa. Picking up his first career win in the USRA Tuners was the 69 of Landon Johnson. Behind Landon was the 15 of Dylan Reilly. Landon Bruce started on point but fell back. Perry Kessel would gain one position but ultimately finish fourth. Tom Kessel would drop 1 spot and finish fifth. Zach Liebisch would go up 3 positions and finish sixth. Alex Liebisch would go up 1 and finish seventh. Dalton Fells would not be able to finish and finish eighth. And Christine Moan out of Fort Atkinson would not be able to finish and gain 1 and finish ninth. And Gentry Brever out of Fredericksburg would not be able to start and finish 10th. USRA B mods, nothing too new as Dan Hovden picks up the win. Taylor Skauge up 5 spots to get second. Ben Motor will finish third. Jake Richards out of Lansing, Kansas will finish fourth. Dale Schwaman out of Fort Atkinson will finish 5th. Kyle Anderson out of Decorah, Iowa, finished 6th. Cole Suko out of DeCresco will finish 7th. Marcus Schwadek out of Ridgeway, Iowa, will finish 8th. Braden Schaffenbiel 9th. And Corbin Ludeman will round out the top 10. Mitch Hovden picking up the win just by a hair over Taylor Donlin in the USRA stock cars. They were side by side for the whole race. Jason Schlangen coming in 3rd. Brandon Hare 4th, Kevin Donlin 5th, Lynn Potter 6th, Braden Brower 7th, Rodney Schweizer 8th, Chris Hovden 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Jackson Fatechka. Caden Helly picks up the win in the USRA Hobby Stocks in a good race with Joshua Munson, the money man. Daryl Moss comes in 3rd, Ryan Crooks 4th. Jacob Munson will come in 5th, Scott Spilly 6th, the doorman, Dane Curtin, will come in 7th. Devin Holthouse will finish 8th. Gatlin Keener will come in 9th. And Tim Hovey will round out the top 10. World of Outlaw late model results from I-94. Bobby Pierce wins, Nick Hoffman 2nd. Tim McCready 3rd. Ryan Gustin 4th. Tyler Erb 5th. Trey Mills up 8 spots to get 6th. Cody Overton up 6 spots to get 7th. Dalton Wilson will finish 8th, Dustin Sorensen 9th, and Sam Mars will finish 10th. Blue Ribbon Classic results from the Cresco Speedway. Picking up the win in the Eco Mods was Alex Kelsch, doubling up. Skylar Hovey out of Fayette coming in 2nd, Braden Schaffenbiel 3rd, Ryan Halverson 4th, Robert Michaels 5th, Dawson Keebler 6th, and Ty Mazarud 7th. Moving on to the USRA Tuners, Landon Johnson doubling up as well, followed by Dylan Reilly, Perry Kessel, Landon Bruce, Dalton Fells, Tom Kessel, and Zach Liebrish. B Mods doubling up again, getting a flat tire and coming all the way from the back was Dan Hovden. Ben Motery right behind him, Taylor Skauge in 3rd, Dale Schwaman in 4th, Jake Richards in 5th. Braden Schaffenbiel in 6th, Ashton Pankow in 7th, Isaac Shaw in 8th, Marcus Swadek in 9th, Steve Finston in 10th, Cole Suko in 11th, Mike and Iverson in 12th, and Bradley Munkle out of Lime Springs, Iowa will round out the field on 13th. USRA stock car results. Mitch Hovden picks up the win in a great race with Kevin Donlin. Hovden up 5 spots. Hare Nation Brandon Hare comes in 3rd. He was right there with his hat in the race, too. At one point, they were 3 wide for the lead with Taylor Donlin, Kevin Donlin, Mitch Hovden, and Brandon Hare was knocking on the door like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth to try to look to throw his hat into the ring as well. Kyle Falk will finish 4th. Braden Jerry up 8 spots to finish 5th. Brady Link will finish 6th. Jason Schlangen will finish 7th. Chris Hovden will finish 8th. Casey Kelsch will finish 9th. And Rodney Schweizer will finish 10th. USRA Hobby Stock results. Caden Helly doubles up again. Daryl Moss 2nd. Dane Curtin 3rd. Scott Spilly 4th. Steve Larson 5th up 5 spots. Devin Holthouse 6th, Ryan Crooks 7th, Joshua Munson 8th. Munson was right there battling for the win with Helly when they were side by side going past a lap car. Munson was pinched down in a tire. He had to hit the brakes hard to avoid it, and he spun out and he was the penalized car. So tough break there for Joshua Munson, a racing incident. Carter Johnsgar 9th, and Gatlin Keener will round out the top 10. Caro Chevrolet Premier Late Models, Jerry King picking up the win, CJ Horn 2nd, Luke Pesca 3rd, Matt Ryan 4th, Brandon Chip 5th, Jeff Ike 6th, J.D. Oringer 7th, Zach Less 8th, Bobby Hansen 9th, and Troy Morris 3rd will round out the top 10. And they said that was one of the closest finishes in series history, with the gap just being 0.018, as you couldn't fit a credit card in there as they were just so close. Fayette County results Friday night. Dylan Reilly picking up the win in the Tours, followed by Perry Kessel, Landon Johnson, Nolan Lurch, and Tom Kessel to round out the top 5. USRA Hobby Stock results. Junior Boyer picking up the win. Chance Hillman second, Scott Spilly third, Daryl Moss fourth, Arthur Schott fifth, M. Spiker sixth, Aaron Clumpy seventh, Ryan Crooks eighth, Corey Fells ninth, and Tim Hovey rounding out the top 10. Picking up the win in the stock cars will be Jason Schlangen first, Mitch Hovden second, Dylan Clinton third, Chris Luft fourth, Kevin Donlin fifth, Derek Dennerman sixth, Troy Hansmeyer seventh, Taylor Donlin eighth, Stephen McMillan ninth, and Brandon Dietrich 10th. Ben Modry wins at Fayette County in the B Miles. Following him is Dan Hovden. Dale Schwaman rounds out the podium. Troy Hovey fourth, Keegan Eink fifth, Cole Suko sixth, Tim Hines seventh, Alex Weisinger eighth, Ashton Pankow ninth, and Braden Schaffenbiel 10th. Results from Mississippi Thunder for the Carl Fensky Memorial. Coley Gopel picking up the win. Following him is Luke Schluter out of New Hampton. Caden Helly coming in third. Joshua Ludeking coming in fourth, up 5 spots. Gavin Bartell coming in fifth. Travis Krause sixth. Brandon Shearer seventh. Dan V eighth. Carter Johnsgard up 5 spots to get ninth. And Dakota Cronin will round out the top 10. Taylor Skauge will pick up the USRA B-Mod win. Following him is Nathan Butterfield. Behind him is Josh Elsing. The Dice Man, Harley Dice, will come in fourth. Jake Richards out of Lansing, Kansas, fifth. Mason Stockhausen will come in come in sixth, up 7 spots. The young gun, Mike and Iverson, will come in seventh. Eric Cans will come in eighth. Dennis Dunbar ninth, and Josh Smith out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, will come in 10th. Braden Jerry picking up the stock car win. Behind him is Brandon Hare. Jackson Vitechka coming in third. Caden Neisch fourth. Rodney Schweizer will come in fifth. Levi Sands sixth. Andrew Inman seventh. Jake James eighth. Phil Weirer ninth. And Bill Streeter 10th. Cashing in the big check as he rolled the dice in the Carl Fensky Memorial. Cashing in a check well over $3,000 is the Dice Man, Harley Dice. As that Ragex chassis was set on kill, Harley Dice up 3 spots to pick up the win out of Winona in the 87H. Behind him is Brandon Davis in the 50 to the third, up 2 spots. Keith Foss will finish third. Rodney Sanders out of Happy, Texas, up 6 spots to finish fourth. Sean Walski out of Rolling Stone, Minnesota, will finish fifth. Josh Angst up 2 spots to finish sixth. Parker Hale will finish seventh, up 7 spots. Alex Williamson out of Rushford will finish eighth. Nick Murgic out of Rosemont will finish ninth. And rounding out the top 10 out of Chatfield is Jacob Blease. Chateau Speedway results. Travis Shipman picking up the win. Following him is Braden Brower up 5 spots. Mike Meyer coming in third. PJ Dunshee coming in fourth. Casey Kelch coming in fifth. Andrew Eischen sixth. Cole Lonergan seventh. Stacy Kronberg eighth. Brett Howland will finish ninth. And Connor Upton will round out the top 10. Parker Anderson up 13 spots to win the USRA Hobby Stocks. Jason Newkirk will get second, up 5 spots. Terry Quam up 7 to get third. Joshua Munson will finish fourth. Jacob Munson fifth. Jack Paulson sixth. Jonathan Hines seventh, up 8 spots. Jack Mass eighth. And Andy Kronberg ninth. And rounding out the top 10 is Greg Lammers. The legend Troy Hale picking up an Eco Mod win at the Chateau Speedway. Hare Nation, Brandon Hare picking up a stock car win at the Hamilton County Speedway. Brock Badger coming in second, Miles McHale third, Paul Congrad fourth, Andrew Inman fifth, Chance Hollett sixth, Todd Staley seventh, Daniel Ayers eighth, Justin Aids ninth, and Weston Coop will round out the top 10. Ty Griffith winning the B-Mods, Oliver Sockett coming in third, Doug McCalla will come in third, Briar McCoy up 6 spots to get fourth. Tiana Mattoon fifth. Jake Shacko will finish sixth. Jason Pockrich will finish seventh. Ted Gold eighth. George Gillen ninth. David Henderson will finish 10th. Dylan Nelson winning the hobby stocks, Scott Doble coming in second, Riley Crimmins third, Tanner Green fourth, Brandon Scher fifth, Parker Anderson up 5 spots to get sixth, Jeremy Wagner seventh, Tyler Crimmins eighth, Jonathan Hines ninth, Jake Blue 10th, Lyle Saloff winning the USRA A mods. Firecracker 100 results. Devin Moran picking up the win up 3 spots. Brandon Shepard in second. Hudson O'Neill third. Brandon Overton up 9 spots to get fourth. Josh Rice fifth. Max Blair sixth. Michael Norris up 5 spots to get seventh. Dan Ebert eighth. Garrett Albertson ninth. Carson Ferguson up 5 spots to round out the top 10. Results from the Deer Creek Speedway. Hunter Kennedy picks up the win up 5 spots in the B-Mons. Gage Model up 6 spots to get second. Caden Brunner third. Dennis Dunbar fourth. Josh Elsing fifth. Mason Stockhausen sixth. Jamie Hiller seventh up 8 spots. Riley Crimmins eighth. Jacob Bennett ninth. Noah Grinstead up 12 spots to round out the top 10. Zach Braun winning the A modified feature. Behind him is Parker Hale up 4 spots. Jacob Blease will finish third. Harley Dice fourth. Keith Foss fifth. Nick Mergic up 6 spots to finish sixth. Charlie Steinberg seventh. Tyler Arzarud will finish eighth. Alex Williamson ninth. Cole Benrot will round out the top 10. Braden Jerry picks up the stock car win. Behind him is Braden Brower. Caden Nicious will finish third. Jason Schlangen will finish fourth. Mike Meyer fifth. Travis Shipman will come home sixth. Andrew Blease will finish seventh up 5 spots. Brady Williamson will finish eighth. Corey Adams up 6 spots to finish ninth. And Jake James will round out the top 10. Luke Schluter winning the hobby stocks. Behind Luke Schluter is Gavin Bartell coming in second. Seth Meyer third. Caden Helly fourth. Rylan Curtin fifth. Steve Dwyer sixth. Scott Spilly seventh. Joshua Ludeking eighth. Jacob Munson ninth. Jeremy Wagner will round out the top 10. World of Outlaw results from the Nodak Speedway, North Dakota State Fair. Bobby Pierce with the win to make it 5 in a row. Nick Kaufman second. Tim McCready third up 12 spots. Dennis Erb Jr. fourth. Tyler Erb fifth. Dustin Sorensen sixth. Ryan Gustin seventh. Trey Mills eighth. Jonathan Davenport ninth after a flat tire. Tristan Chamberlain will round out the top 10. That's all for this week of Rev It Up here as the Gopher 50 is coming up this Thursday, Friday, Saturday to celebrate this nation's 250th birthday. Make sure you get out there to the Gopher 50 and keep in your back of your mind coming up Labor Day weekend as the Deer Creek Speedway will race September 5th and the Cresco Speedway will race that Sunday, September 6th. So tell all your friends that have race cars that can come on out to the Cresco Speedway for USRA racing on September 6th so we can pack the pits and try to break our record with the biggest car count that we've ever had at the Cresco Speedway. So tell all your friends with race cars to come on out to the Cresco Speedway and tell anybody with fans or anybody so we can just pack the stands too, as we do every night at the Cresco Speedway. So come on out and make sure you get out and support local racetracks whenever you get an opportunity to. So we'll wrap up Rev It Up now. We'll tune in next week as we might get some interviews with some late model drivers around the pits of the Deer Creek Speedway. So stay tuned to our Facebook page on Rev It Up, and I might post some of those to the YouTube channel as well. So just stay in touch with our Facebook channel as well. But some of those might go to YouTube channel, but just keep in touch on Facebook, and that's the Rev It Up podcast on Facebook. So that'll be all for Rev It Up this week. We'll be back next week, and thank you guys for watching. Oh, I almost forgot episode number 14. I think here for number 14, we got to go with Todd Staley and the 14 stock car. But that'll be it now. You've been listening to Rev It Up.